And speaking of another idiot, Peter Schill, who recently had his bank get taken over basically and taken down by the government. And it's still actually, his depositors, I don't think, have still gotten their money out. He wrote this tweet. If crypto really is the future, why is Silvergate, the premier crypto bank, already a thing of the past? A wave of blockchain-related bankruptcies will soon crash down on cryptocurrencies, turning the crypto winter into a deep freeze. Hurry, sell your Bitcoin and buy gold. So yes, he's using the fact that a bank just went under as a reason to sell crypto because it was related to cryptos. Like, you can't make this up. If crypto is the future, why did a fractional reserve bank fail? Shill logic. Peter, you know, I told him about Bitcoin. I think he'd heard of it before, but I really told him about it quite a bit at an investment conference in, I think, St. Kitts around 2011 or maybe 2012. I remember it was around $10, and I said I'd give him a Bitcoin because I thought he was okay back then. He used to do a lot of decent stuff, like talk a bit about free markets, but not too much. His dad was amazing. His dad was like a hero. He didn't pay extortion to the IRS, and he actually ended up dying in jail. But I think that actually scared Peter, and he's followed every rule ever since. Which, you know, I guess, you know, it's kind of understandable after his dad got totally destroyed. But, oh, hang on. Pug and baby alert and wife alert. ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien.
They're probably going back for some tacos. Yeah, I think Lucky's going to go with them. He's pretty smart. Welcomed. But I'll hang out with you. I know it's our job, you know, it's Jeff and Lucy's show, so I'll hang out for a little bit. It's kind of boring me to tears here about the financial system stuff. You know, people should just have Piratechain and that's it. That's all you need. But I guess people don't know that yet. So anyway, I'll stick with you because I know you're going to give me the tacos at the end, and it's all part of what I do. It's my job. It's how I get my it's how I make my tacos. What was I talking about? Oh, yes, I met Peter Schill, and I actually got arrested that night because some guys were doing cocaine, and they wanted to arrest them, and I told the cops just to take me, and I broke out of jail twice that night. I think I wrote a whole blog about it. It was a long time ago. Anyway, or maybe that was a different time. Anyway, that was also St. Kitts, I think, but I think that was a different time. But yeah, so Peter Schill's trying to say crypto, get out of crypto because, you know, a crypto bank, a fractional reserve bank just went under. Like Monero or Bitcoin doesn't just disappear, right? It's just funny to see how, you know, this old archaic system of banking with fiat government script is so stupid. And it's pretty funny. The day that Silicon Valley Bank closed, a whole bunch of financiers showed up outside. Silicon Valley Bank's Manhattan branch calls cops on investors trying to pull their cash out, as Boston tech CEO with $10 million in bank describes worst 18 hours of his life. Lender is seized by regulators, the largest U.S. bank failure. Police were called after about a dozen financiers, including former Lyft executive Dor Levy, showed up outside the building on Park Avenue Friday. Call the cops, there's a bunch of financiers outside. They want their money. It's too funny. But I've said this for years. I've been saying this ever since the Greek bank collapses that happened, what, like 10 years ago, 2015, I think? Yeah, it was around the time of the Cyprus bank bail-ins, which they'll also be doing this time around. Every Western country has put in bank bail-in clauses ever since 2015, basically, or even earlier than that, maybe. But ever since Cyprus, where they actually just, when the bank had a problem, they just took all the depositors' money so the bank could stay alive. And we're going to see some of that as well, just so you know. But I said since the Greek bank collapse, I was saying even back then it was going to happen. And then when it happened, I was like, look, everyone's lining up at all the banks that have closed after they've closed. I'm like, you're doing it wrong. Well, they're doing it again. Long line outside Silicon Valley Bank in Menlo Park, California. Yeah, they're doing it again. I don't know what it is with people. I guess they don't see our videos. Get your money out of banks. I've been saying this for a long time. Don't even use banks. Don't even use the government currencies. But no one listens. And you could go to that bank any day before it shuts down and you can get all your money out. But you don't go after they collapse. I don't know why they even stand there. Like, what are these people even thinking? Like, someone should go there and just start talking to them about Monero. Like, you know, you shouldn't have to live this way. But like I was saying, like every bank's going to collapse, basically. This whole fictional reserve banking system's a complete and total joke. US banks have 17.6 trillion in deposits, of which only about 3 trillion is backed up by cash, and less than 100 billion or 0.1 trillion is backed up by physical cash. Yeah, so basically if everyone tried to take their money out of any bank, it would collapse the bank because they never have the money. See, this all gets so weird because we're not even talking about real money, but people think it's money. And it's actually kind of technically money because so many people do use it as money. But it's like a government piece of paper that's worthless. It's like an IOU. And since they took the gold backing away from the dollar in like 1971, it's an IOU nothing. Then you have things like the euro, which Doug calls you, who owns you nothing? You don't even know. But yeah, that's the whole system. And people are just about to find out how it all really works. Because this is the Great Reset by Satan Klaus. They've been planning this. And it's all just begun.